I'm thinking of 3 people who had lost hope and vision for the future. These 3 never asked Jesus for help. They had lost the strength to ask, to hope. They had given up. But then Jesus came. Sometimes it's more painful to have a loved one suffer from lack of vision than to lose one's own vision. I wonder what it would have been like to be the friend of a man born blind. He had no future, no vision, no sight. But then Jesus came. One day I was in the marketplace when this man who looked vaguely familiar came up to me while still wiping mud from his eyes. He tells me, "You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." I blushed with embarrassment at his compliment until he spoiled it by saying, "Of course, as of this moment, you're the only woman I've ever seen." I said to him, "Sir, what are you talking about? The city is full of women." "Yes, but until Jesus put spit and mud in my eyes, I was blind from birth. When I washed the mud off, I opened my eyes and I could see. And then I saw your beautiful face." I said to him, "Wait, aren't you Jacob, the blind beggar I walk past every day?" He told me, "That's me. Actually, that was me. No sight, no vision, no hope for any kind of future. But then Jesus came and healed me. Jesus gave me my sight, and he gave me a vision, and he gave me hope." And then Jacob winked at me with his clear, beautiful brown eyes and added, "A rather beautiful vision of a wife and a future family." And then he took my hand. And a new vision began for us both. A vision of a life together, no longer alone, no longer hopelessly lonely. Jacob never asked Jesus for help. He had lost the strength to ask, to hope. He had given up. But then Jesus came. Next, I thought of a woman bent over for 18 years who had no hope, no vision. I wonder what it would have been like to be that bent over woman. For as long as I could remember, I had no hope, no vision, for I couldn't see anything above my waist. I had been bent over for 18 years. Nothing to look at, nothing to hope for. But then Jesus came. He touched me, and I was healed. I straightened up. I could see everything. I could see everyone. I never asked Jesus for help. I had lost the strength to ask, to hope. I had given up. But then Jesus came. Finally, I wonder what it would have been like to be the widow holding the funeral for her only son. But then Jesus came. It shattered my heart when my husband died, but at least I still had my son to take care of me. And then he got sick, and then sicker and sicker. If only I could get him to Jesus. I had heard so much about his healing. But then I ran out of time and hope. No husband, no son, no hope. I had no vision for the future. My hope was dead as my husband and my son. But then Jesus came. Jesus walked up to my son's dead body and touched him. What's Jesus doing? Am I seeing things? He just raised my son from the dead. He raised my hope from the dead. Jesus, my Lord, my hope. I never asked Jesus for help. I had lost the strength to ask, to hope. I had given up. But then Jesus came. 3 people, all lacking a vision for the future, deep in despair. But then, without them even having enough hope to ask, Jesus came. He healed eyes, he healed backs, he raised the dead, and he gave a vision for the future. Do you know someone who has lost the strength to ask, to hope, who has given up? 4 words of hope. But then Jesus comes.